The Auburn Knights have won their share of Nick 10 championships in boys basketball in recent years. Football has been a different story, though. Their last conference championship in football was in 2016.
Yeah, this year the Knights, they've risen up. They won 3 of their first 4 games. Well, tonight came the big test, a road game at 4-0 Boylan. It's the Gillies Heating and Air Conditioning game of the week. Auburn's last win over Boylan, 2017. The big story tonight, the queen, Natavia Wixon there. She's the state wrestling champ for Boylan. Congrats to Natavia there for that. Connor Dennis on the run here in the second quarter. Big chunk there for the Titans. Donovan Hansard then trying to bounce outside, and boy does he ever get outside. 16 yards and in for the TD. It was 14-0. Second quarter, Anthony Purifoy going to Leonard Spates, and he's got him, and he's pulled down about the 1-yard line. So if you're the Knights, who do you give it to down there? Of course, Patrick DeBose Jr., who just powers in there for the TD. We had a game, it was 14-7, but right before halftime, look at this. Dennis slings it out to Santana English, who makes the juggling grab. That was big because moments later, it's Dennis going to the air again to Philip Dixon. Good job by Dennis buying some time there, and Dixon's got it. That's a 31-yard TD right before the half. That made it 21-7. That was huge. Rasheed Johnson looking pretty good for the Titans, getting outside here with some burst, putting the moves on, and he gets into the end zone. It was 28-7 Titans at that point in the third quarter. How about some defense for the Titans? Abe Alvarado getting into the offensive backfield for the tackle for loss. Austin Alonso had a big ending to this game with a couple of TDs. Here comes one of them. He leaps into the end zone there for the score. Titans go on to beat the Knights big, 42-15. We're joined now by our Nick 10 analyst and the performance manager at Mercy Health Top Performers, Tim Bailey. Tim, some folks thought, okay, the Knights maybe would give the Titans a game tonight, but obviously that didn't work out. What was Auburn's downfall, and what is Auburn still lacking at this point?
I think what the downfall was tonight, just lack of execution. They didn't really reach the red zone a lot like they would probably like tonight. But I think overall, I think Auburn's a better team than what we saw tonight, but the execution really wasn't there. I mean, they only had 146 total yards of offense. They had an array of penalties. Auburn they went 12 for 107 with penalties. They only had 96 yards rushing on the ground and passing. That's their weak link right now. Passing is their weak link. I think if Auburn can figure out how to really improve that passing game as we move forward into the next weeks, I think Auburn's going to be that team that can give some of those other teams that they're going to play in the next few weeks a challenge.
And Coach Ketch told us this week that he wanted to see his Titans put 4 good quarters of football together. How crisp were they tonight?
They were good. They looked good. They were balanced. And I think that's something that we were looking at with Boylan. How well balanced are they? Can they get balance? Can they get that balance back, before they hit Hononegah? And I think they found their stride tonight. You had good running from all 3 backs, and Alonzo, Johnson, and Hansard. They did really well. Now Connor Dennis stepped up big time. He was a little out of sync in the first half, but second half, again, he came alive, and the offense was really clicking on all cylinders tonight.
Yeah, so they did have a lot of penalties, though. Boylan maybe set a score record for penalties. They got to clean that up. But you just mentioned Connor Dennis.
For penalties, they were 14 and 125.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
They got to clean that up next.
You mentioned Connor Dennis. Let's get a little deeper into the quarterback play tonight for the 2 teams, for Purifoy too, for Auburn. So.
Yeah, Connor just, what I like to see him do more is just really relax. I'm watching from the sideline, and he's making the right reads, but he's not allowing his receivers to really clear the second level. And if he would have done that, I think he would have done a little bit better job in the passing game tonight in terms of just connecting those passes that he should have made tonight. As it relates to Purifoy, he's just got to have a little bit more confidence when he's throwing the ball. If you see him back there throwing the ball, he's got a very unorthodox throwing style. He throws sort of sidearm a little bit, and the ball doesn't really come out as well as it should. But I think, what he does with his legs is great, but what he doesn't do with his arm is the actual big thing that we're looking at for Auburn. I mean, can they continue to do what they've been doing offensively without fixing that QB1 position in terms of the pass game?
Let's talk about your boy, Rasheed Johnson. He was kind of slowed over the summer with his back injury, beginning of the season too. What did you see from him tonight, and kind of what does he do for this Boylan offense?
I think he got in his zone. I think he really got in his mode. I saw Rasheed just really hitting the holes, doing what he normally does. Just making plays with his legs. Very strong runner, very elusive when he gets in the open field. It was really good to see him getting back on track at this time of the season. Next week, you got the big one home at Hano, and it's important to get those three-headed monsters, as I talked about, you know, with Hansard and then Johnson and Alonzo. Now you have those three backs. I think Hananiga is going to have a really tough time really stopping those three backs there because, again, these are three phenomenal players, but I'm glad to see Johnson back tonight.
All right, as you said, it's Hano Boylan next week, undefeated. Just give us an early thought on how these two teams match up.
I think they match up well. I think it's the most anticipated game of the year. It may be probably one of the biggest games in the state line for sure. They match up well. I think, you know, what they both do offensively, they do some similar things offensively. They both execute well offensively. They both execute well defensively. I mean, you're looking at, you're going to be playing some of the top two, got top two defense and the top two offenses going head to head next week. It's going to be a showdown. It's going to be a treat, and I can't wait.